Welcome back, legends. I hope you're all amazing. Let's take a look at some FM3 stuff in no particular order. I'm just going to throw some tips and tricks out that you might like to try. There is a brand new beta release for Firmware 5, which you can check out, and it adds heaps of stuff that was recently added to the FX3. But let's just get started with something that I haven't talked about for ages. It's the Deluxe Tweed App model in here. It recently, or maybe not so recently, got improved, upgraded, made a little more authentic, got the normal channel modeled on there. So you have a bright drive and a normal drive on there. And the interaction between the two controls is really, really interesting, just like on the real amp. Basically, if you set a drive level with a bright drive and then you turn the normal drive up, it cleans up and gets brighter. It's really, really interesting. I'll give you an example. I'll start with the normal drive at 9, tone all the way up. I'm on my old Strat, straight into the FM3. And it's going to be, a little bit crunchy. As I turn it up, it will get darker and dirtier and kind of more of a Stonesy flavor. That's a real word, isn't it? Stonesy. Something like that. Anyway, it's really, really interesting how you can get these different shades of grit by playing around with the normal drive on there. And of course, if you crank up the bright drive and you bring the normal drive down, you get that Neil Young thing. Absolutely gross. It's an ultimate character tone on there, but I'm going to roll with this kind of where I had it before, so it's a little bit more sparkly and chimey. The second thing is try this. This is a really great sounding way to use a reverb block as an echo effect. You use the large spring, set the size to 100, then go to the advanced tab and basically turn all these things down. Wall diffusion, mic spacing, early level, all that kind of stuff. We just want the late level left in there. Go to the spring tab, turn the boing parameter down, go for 2 springs, adjust the spring tone and drive to taste, and you have a pretty awesome sounding old school sort of 50s, 60s echo effect on there. Let's hear it. Sounds pretty sweet to me. If you place it after the amp and cab block and you use a gloriously dirty amp like the USA lead mid-gain, it's a pretty nice lead delay as well. Really, really cool. You can get in there and EQ it to taste as well with the EQ block or with these low frequency and high frequency decay time parameters in there. But I dig that. That's maybe overkill using a reverb block to get an echo like that. But again, it's got character. It's something that you don't really expect out of that particular block. And I think a lot of people really like it if you dig in those kind of vintage tones. All right. While we're here in absolute filth land, let me grab another guitar. Okay, I got my PRS, we'll stay with the USA lead mid-gain, but let's bring up the 2290 with modulation. A warning, if you're not listening in stereo, you're not gonna hear any delay because, surprise, surprise, the phase reverse is on by default in this block. I've got a little bit of ducking going on and 400-ish milliseconds of delay, bit of feedback, bit of mix. Sounds amazing already. Alrighty, there's a parameter in this block. This will work with any delay, by the way, called echo pan. And you guessed it, it will let us pan the echoes around. But a lot of the time, if you have like a panning delay, it's just like a ping pong thing, like left, right, left, right. What if I wanted the delays to kind of pan across the spectrum, you know, tied to some other parameter? Let's attach it maybe to LFO1A. And let's set the rate in there to, I don't know, about 0.4 hertz or something like that. Let's have a listen to that now. It's going to pan back and forth at a rate of 0.366 hertz. That now just adds this extra layer of grease and amazingness about it. Amazingness, I'm full of dumb words today. We can take that one step further, and you know how this LFO is going back and forth at a constant rate? What we could do is let's take LFO2 and modulate LFO1 with LFO2. So I'll set this to a, I don't know, rate somewhere here, below 1 basically, so it's not changing too fast. Then I will right click the rate parameter here and let's assign it to LFO2A, and I'll set the maximum to like 1.5 and the minimum to around 0.4 or something like that. Maybe that's moving a little bit fast. Let's bring this one down. So basically now we're going to have this panning effect, but it's going to speed up and it's going to slow down. So check this out. So you heard on those last two, the little lick that I played at the end, it panned slowly. Then when I played it again, it panned really fast. So it's just an extra layer of customization that you can get in there. I'll use that word again, amazingness. So not a word. Feel free to just roast me in the comments for that one. So yeah, using, I guess this is called wave shaping, you know, an LFO on an LFO on this echo pan parameter. That's really fun, and let's do this. Let's bypass that. The last thing is that if we bring up a really chunky sounding amp like the FAS Brutals, let's drop a drive in front of it. The drive block now has this high mid control. Oh, and also in the precision drive, the attack control works the way the pedal does now. So if you turn attack up, it's like on the pedal. Let's just hear this. This is a pretty awesome combination. I'll start with the drive bypass. Now, you can make that even cooler by going to the tone page and playing with the high mid control. You can add quite a lot of this. Let's go with 6 dB. It's going to give you a little bit of that cocked wire effect on top of this already insane sounding tight drive. It's almost too much, but a lot of the time with these type of tones, there's no such thing as almost too much. So it will give you that effect of having like a parametric EQ before the amp and really pumping up that mid-range there. So I'm trying to think if there were any other fun little tips or tricks I could offer on here. Maybe we'll leave it at that. If there's any things that you've really been enjoying with the latest firmware, let me know in the comments. And if there's any videos like this you would like to see in the future, highlighting specific features or tones or things you would like me to do, also let me know in the comments. If you want to support the channel, links in the video description. Have a great day, go play some guitar and have some fun. I'll see you next time.